Are elections free and fair in India? It's a question that the opposition led by Rahul Gandhi is raising. And 64% say yes, elections in India are free and fair. 32% say no. So there's a large majority, over 6 in every 10, who still have faith in the democratic process, believe elections are free and fair in the country. Okay, so that's the big question that's going to raise a lot of contentious debate. To debate that question and more, analyze the data, Yashwant Deshmukh is CVoter's man in charge. He's the one who's done the poll. Anything goes wrong, blame Yashwant. If it goes right, we'll take the credit. Preeti Chaudhary, managing editor, joins us. Maria Shakil, our lead news anchor and editor, joins us. And Sahil Joshi comes all the way from Mumbai with all his experience, managing editor, joins us. Also joining us is Sanjay Jha. Remember, he's coming as a political analyst, but I want to make it clear he's very much, his heart and head is with the Congress party. And RP Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, is also with us. Thank you all very much for joining us. Very quickly, when I look at that big number, Yashwant Deshmukh, that's going to be now put out on social media, certainly by the BJP, to say, look, most people believe Indian elections are free and fair. Rahul Gandhi is going around the country saying, vote chori. Is it that most of the citizens, unless they are directly affected by voter fraud, believe, yaar, chunav to hote hain, humko vote dalne ka mauka milta hai?
Well, two quick answers to that. Number one, this number has actually come down. Earlier, it used to be in 70s. It has come down to the 60s. So first things first. That
in the last 6 months alone?
In the last 1 year or so. So
right.
Basically, there is certainly a drop in that number. Still, a huge majority of India believes. And it's very easy to understand, Rajdeep. Who are the voters who would say elections in India are not free and fair? Are BJP voters going to say that because BJP has been winning all along? Will Mr. Stalin's DMK voters will say that? No, because they are ruling Tamil Nadu. Will Mamata Banerjee's voters say that? No, because they are ruling West Bengal and they sent big number of TMC MPs. Will Akhilesh Yadav's voters say that? No, because he humiliated the BJP in the most effective way in the last year's Lok Sabha election. Will Arvind Kejriwal's voters will say that, who have given 67, 65 and they have swept Punjab after that?
No, hold on. Arvind Kejriwal, I disagree. Arvind Kejriwal is saying that there is vote chori.
I'm not saying Arvind Kejriwal what is saying.
You're saying
his voters will say that. That's the problem.
Good point.
You see.
So you're saying the winners and their voters, by and large, will not make this allegation with the ferocity that Rahul Gandhi is making it at the moment, right? The average voter is not making the allegation in the way the political leaders are. That's the distinction that Yashwant is drawing. Anyone has a different view? Preeti, you agree with what? When I look at these numbers, 64% are saying free and fair. Most Indians believe voting ke din hum jate hain. That's the one day, as I say, where Mukesh Ambani and a person living in a chawl have the same right. They go to a voting booth and cast their vote.
You know, okay, to begin with, more or less, I do agree with Yashwant, but Rajdeep, this is not a political question in terms of a political party. It's a question which is directed at the Election Commission. And I would think in India, that number should be way over 64%, where we have absolute faith in our electoral system. So number one,
so you're saying 32, the bigger number you're saying is 32%.
See, I'll just hark back to what our tenet has been, that even if there is 1% doubt, there is cause for concern.
Good point.
So therefore, you know, I wouldn't be happy if I was the Election Commission with these numbers, number one. Number two, with what Yashwant says, I just want to go one step further. The fact is, Rajdeep, let's go with the biggest benchmark, which was Lok Sabha elections. And then a lot of voters who voted the opposition felt validated that their vote mattered and it reflected. So you don't see those there. Exactly. So what you said earlier, it's subjective. If you're not directly affected by it, so DMK is not going to question it. The voters of DMK are not going to question it. Same in West Bengal, but maybe in other states, Maharashtra, Haryana, you know, which
so
of late have seen a bit
I take your point. The 32% matter. If 32%, that's also 1 in every 3, are saying that they are not fully trustworthy of Indian polls. That's not a good sign for Indian democracy. Maria and then Sahil.
The question is that if there is trust in the electoral process, is there also trust in the institution which is conducting this election? That is the question here. Because perhaps the SIR, the way it has been challenged in the Supreme Court and the way the entire hearing is unfolding and how the Supreme Court is allowing multiple documents now, including Aadhaar and EPIC, to be used as a verification document, which will be seen as a setback for the Election Commission, which conducted this exercise just 3 months before that. That's where the issue is. Is it about the Election Commission? People have faith in the democratic institution. They have faith in the exercise that this is legitimacy of their voting rights. But what about the institution which is conducting
You're making a distinction between the power that people have to vote and their faith in the Election Commission. We are seeing other polls, Sahil Joshi, where the trust deficit in the India Election Commission has a lack of trust has risen. There's a trust deficit. Your view, when these numbers are put, 64% saying yes, free and fair, 32% saying no, not free and fair.
Well, the question is very generic questions, and if we are trying to club it with the whole SIR,
no, that has come to a separate question.
So
this is only about straight question, free and fair or not.
So exactly, here is my point. So I think, Yashwant can put his point to that, because I think because always a lot of people felt that the way elections are conducted in India are not free and fair. A lot of people think that way. There comes money power, there comes a lot of other issues as well. So it is not with respect, if we are looking at the whole process through the SIR controversy lens, then obviously we will say that 32% people, even if they think that the elections are not free and fair, then it's a big issue. But I think the question was pretty generic, and a lot of times, even in the past, people have felt that the way the elections are conducted, the way the campaigns are run, it is not free and fair. And that is the reason why a lot of times people have raised the questions that, the candidates who do not have money, how are they going to contest elections?
You're raising a different issue. Elections in India may be free, but they are not necessarily fair.
Correct.
Because a fair election means that you will provide a level playing field. That's been my argument.
Right.
Elections in India are free, but they are not fair. But that didn't start only in the last 1 year. That's been over the years. Whichever party has been in power has always had a disproportionate advantage. So money power has also always existed.
If you would have asked this question 20 years back, I think we would have got the similar kind of results.
You think similar kind of results?
Similar kind of results.
So Sanjay Jha, RP Singh, to get your first reactions, when you look at these numbers, do you believe that there is a sense of faith being reposed in elections/election commission? Do we need to make a distinction between the institution and the power to vote? Are elections free but not fair? And that's why 32% probably are those who feel they are not fair. Your response, Sanjay Jha, quickly, and then Sardar RP Singh.
Rajdeep, in
and
all
where does
honesty,
this leave Rahul Gandhi's vote chori campaign?
Rajdeep, in my opinion, this is beyond Rahul Gandhi, the Congress, the opposition, or Bihar. What you're talking about is the core integrity of India's electoral processes and institutions, which means you're basically saying that the very foundation of Indian democracy today is under question, which means it is fragile. You're talking about two issues that need to be coupled here. Number one, an institutionalized mass-scale rigging possible? Is it possible because an institution is compromised right from the way it is appointed? We know how the Chief Justice of India was removed and a minister brought in. We also know that the Chief Election Commissioner, as per the last reports I read, has suddenly got immunity from any legal cases against him or her. We also know that had the Supreme Court not actually heard the opposition petition and compelled the Election Commission to disclose 65 lakh names of deleted voters, they would not have happened. These are brazen manifestations of, I would say, very suspicious behavior by the Election Commission. Add to that, Rajdeep, this is the point we need to add. This government of Mr. Modi passed a law which the Supreme Court struck as unconstitutional, which was on political funding. That is a serious thing that need not be decoupled with the argument that there was an attempt made by the Modi government to ensure that political funding became opaque, which is the reason why corruption and electoral loot can become more rampant.
Sardar RP Singh, how do you see these numbers? 64% saying elections are free and fair, but as many as 32%. 1 in every 3 Indians no longer believe elections are free and fair. Now, this could be linked either to the ongoing debate और a general feeling कि सब नेता चोर है, मनी पावर से चुनाव जीता जाता है.
Rajdeep, this you should have said before the 2014 election, 2009 election, 2004 election. I mean, this should have applied on this remark should have applied then also. But fact is, in spite of the best of efforts by Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Soros, Mr. Rajdeep Sardesai, and others like Sanjay Jha, still people believe in election commission. I was going through your video yesterday. If I repeat that, this is shocking, the way you are questioning the election commission itself. You never raised the question on election commission when Naveen Chawla was the election commission, who used to call up from the, he will take the off from the meeting and go to the toilet and call back Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, and this was a written complaint by the then election commission, and then he was made election commissioner midway during the election itself. Also, Mr. Gill, Mr. Gill was the election commissioner who was later on made as the sports minister in the UPA government. So, I mean, this is shocking that the questions are being raised on election commission.
RP saying, are you saying that the election commission in this country is above scrutiny? Now, are you saying we are not entitled to ask questions of the election commission? Ye kya ho gaya? Democracy is about the right to ask questions.
You have all the...
Am I not to ask questions?
Sorry. You have all the right to ask questions. You have all the right to ask questions. But you, if I repeat, I'll appreciate. If you want me to show that video, then I have to show that video where you are raising on the basic premise of the working of the election commission. Election commission is not just alone. There are 3 people who work in the election as the election commission. And here it is. You want to see this? Here it is. Here you are.
As a neutral umpire.
So you are raising question as election commission as a neutral umpire. Also, election commission has categorically said that whatever Mr. Rahul Gandhi is saying is Can I complete?
First
please,
of all, I'm glad you showed the
please.
video. Few more followers I'll get on Instagram. But my only question is, what is wrong if the public is the 32% in the poll? Forget about my video. 32% in the poll are saying no, elections are not free and fair. Should that not be worrying? Should that not lead to asking questions?
Well, if you have to divide your part free and fair, I mean, I can accept that there can be questions being raised on being fair, but elections are free. And also, you are saying that
just a one-line question, sir. Let me ask a question on what you believe.
Can allow me to complete a sentence?
Okay, complete.
Can I complete this?
Please complete.
Can I allow me to complete a sentence?
Please complete, sir. Please complete.
You break my sequence. So, issue is that although election commission has categorically said in their social media that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is misleading, and when you say misleading means he's a fraudster or he is bluffing, the person who misleads, when I'm going through the chat GPT, it says a fraudster or a bluffer. So let Mr. Rahul Gandhi go and file a case against him. That election commission is misquoting him or trying to wrongly put a word to him that he's misleading. Fact is, there is no narrative. I'm prepared to talk to you, Rajdeep. You called me for a show. I'm prepared to talk to you as a common man on each and every subject which Mr. Rahul Gandhi has raised. Each and every subject.
Okay, let Preeti raise a question. No, 1 minute, Mr. Singh. Now let Preeti ask a question.
RP Singh, I just want to ask you one very simple question, sir. As a politician, as a common man, whichever way you want to answer that question. Is the election commission above board any questions? Are you actually telling our viewers today that no questions need to be asked of the election commission because it's a constitutional body? Yes or no, sir? Is it above board? Are we not allowed to question the election commission of this country?
You have all the right to ask the election commission. Election commission is bound to answer all your questions. And they're bound to clear all the queries raised by opposition or by any. Give me a second now. I mean, you said raise the question. Let me complete. But trying to categorize election commission that there is a vote chori happening, I mean, that is absurd.
That is questioning the election commission, sir. It's the election commission's prerogative to come up with a point-by-point rebuttal, which it has.
But Sanjay Jha, just to say, it's one thing to question the election commission and say, are you a neutral umpire or not? It's another thing then to say, vote chori ho rahi hai. You see, you're not just saying election commission, there is a problem. You're then going to say vote chori ho rahi hai, elections are manipulated, elections are rigged. Those are very serious allegations. Do we need to distinguish between the two?
Well, let me tell you, Rajdeep,
our poll is showing majority don't believe that elections are being rigged. That is not the majority view.
Well, let me tell you, as somebody who's an anchor for you, for Preeti, for Maria, how do you judge your performance or your success? You judge it by your viewers, the eyeballs, or the TRPs or whatever. For a politician, it's a vote. And you don't want that to be rigged. We know the kind of drama that happened in the media when there was a TRP scam and somebody was trying to rig it. It is no different for politicians. And I'm going to tell you this, Rajdeep, that once upon a time, the voters chose a government. Under Mr. Modi, we are having a situation where the government wants to choose the voters using the EC as a handmaiden. And I think this is an issue of every citizen of this country. I think as
Sir,
Maria
I have to only,
pointed
no, but
out,
that's not what our poll is showing. Our poll is showing 64%
That's
are
about
saying
the
free and fair.
institution.
So they are not buying the election.